Now, there's some new court documents just released this afternoon, and they show the extent of errors committed by the U.S. Attorney's Office in the now failed Broadview Six case. This comes as U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros is facing criticism and calls for his resignation. NBC5's Paris Schutz on the story for us and has an update from our newsroom tonight. Paris, what did you find out?
Yeah, Allison, federal judge April Perry called the actions by federal prosecutors, quote, shocking. Today, she ordered and got the release of all the transcripts that show prosecutors trying and failing twice to convince a grand jury to indict the Broadview Six before finally finding success a third time after U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros appeared himself. And we'll have more coming up on that, awaiting some of those details. The Broadview Six case, as you remember, was dropped after Boutros appeared before the judge. Admitting those errors, Boutros announced that there would be sweeping changes in that office. And here you go.
The transcripts are from 3 dates, October 9th, 16th, and the 23rd. They show prosecutors trying to convince skeptical grand jurors to bring an indictment against 6 protesters charged with conspiracy to impede federal agents at a chaotic protest in Broadview last fall. Judge April Perry admonished prosecutors for several errors, including improper vouching, communicating with grand jurors outside of court, and improperly dismissing grand jurors. Now we have the receipts. Check out this exchange from October 16th between Assistant U.S. Attorney Sherry Mecklenburg and a grand juror. Grand juror, quote, are you actually presenting any new actual facts or just a different viewpoint on your side? Ms. Mecklenburg, quote, okay, I'm feeling the skepticism already. Are you going to be able to listen with an open mind? Tell me the truth. Grand juror, quote, no. Ms. Mecklenburg, quote, okay, then you have to go. Grand juror, quote, I heard this case like last week, and I thought it was a crock of expletive then, and I still think it is. On October 23rd, prosecutors try their third bite at the apple. This time, Boutros himself appears, reminding them to call, quote, balls and strikes, but adding that if anyone is struggling with, quote, immigration cases or other cases where they do not believe that they can set aside personal emotions, I would ask that you raise your hand and identify yourself, because we have a different procedure for that. Broadview Six attorney Christopher Parenti's reaction today, quote, these transcripts prove that the grand jury in the Broadview Six case repeatedly attempted to say no to this sham political indictment. And the revelations come as multiple Democratic officials, including Illinois' 2 U.S. senators, have called on Boutros to resign. And on Monday, 111 former federal prosecutors sent a signed letter raising concerns of a, quote, failure of leadership and whether, quote, political considerations are playing a role. The answer to both those questions, in our view, the letter states, is yes.
So you remember Boutros had to appear before the judge and drop the charges himself, admitting those errors. He did get a vote of confidence from the acting Attorney General, Todd Blanche. Allison, still developing. Back to you.
All right, Paris, thank you so much.
Thank you.